All right, go ahead, William.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma, in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Okay. 121, huh? Let me see. Okay. Okay, let's do the 32 right here. Perhaps.
Yeah. Perhaps there is a person who gives a little food to a few beggars, enough to satisfy them for half a day. Even if he performs this charity with resentment and bad feelings, what is the general reaction to his deed? The beggars are grateful, and the man is praised by others who say, he is a great benefactor and has accumulated much virtue. If this is so, then what need is there to speak of the praise and reverence due to the Bodhisattva? This peerless benefactor strives for as long as samsara exists to fulfill not only the temporary wishes of countless sentient beings, but also the ultimate aim of bestowing upon them the matchless delights of the awakened ones. When we understand these reasons, well, we should always generate the deepest respect for these bodhisattvas. By merely rejoicing in their beneficial actions, we accumulate boundless merit.
Okay, good. Stop right there. So I think we read this part already.
Yes, we did last time.
Right, go ahead and do the move.
Okay. Some may wonder what the bodhisattva does to practice temporary and ultimate generosity towards others. There is a great variety of possible activities because the bodhisattva always acts according to the different dispositions of individual beings. Sometimes he or she will benefit others by teaching, sometimes by bestowing material aid, and sometimes by protecting those in danger or great fear. Very advanced bodhisattvas can manifest in different forms according to the needs of others. Depending upon the situation and the need, they can manifest as friends, helpers, or even inanimate objects. However, the main way a bodhisattva benefits others is by teaching them Dharma, for this is the actual method that can lead sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara to the state of highest enlightenment. But if certain beings lack interest in Dharma, the bodhisattva will be unable to teach them. Therefore, for these beings, he manifests according to their temporary needs.
Okay, that's good. Let's do that.
Oh, summarize it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is discussing how, since a bodhisattva is driven by compassion and the intention, desire to liberate all living beings from suffering and establish them perfectly in Buddhahood, and however that needs to happen, the bodhisattva is, to take a parlance from common pop culture, the bodhisattva is there for it, right? They're willing to take on any form, animate or inanimate, male, female, old, young, in a high station or a low station. None of those things matter. What matters is that their intervention will help that living being. And so living beings who aren't ready yet to hear the Dharma, well, the bodhisattva then just helps them in whatever way they can in order to develop the affinity to be able to help them even more once they're ready to listen to the Dharma.
So if it's the case, how do we apply this to our daily life?
So in this part, it says, it talks about how merely oh, and I guess it was the previous part, but one aspect was just acknowledging that this mind state is the goal, and seeing it as a something to be aspired to have that sort of commitment to help other living beings. Even that is beneficial. And the other one is when we consider influences in our lives, we can look at them through this lens where sometimes someone may their actions may be kind of like the bodhisattva's actions for us, or there may even be some object that protects us from some sort of harm that looks apparently coincidentally. So it's another way, I think, to look at our interactions and things that happen in the world, um, and just to try to take it as an example, to try to be there for other living beings. If they don't want to learn about Buddhism, that doesn't mean we have to be totally uninvolved. We can still help them in whatever way we can.
So someone said that well, that is too ideally, but it's not realistic. Don't you think?
Hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, like for instance, what's realistic for me versus what's realistic for Elon Musk is totally different.
Hmm.
So yeah, Elon Musk can have mansions and a private jet and pay for someone's legal fees or whatever, and it's no problem. But I couldn't do that, or I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to do that. So I think that's the distinction, is that we can still aspire to have the blessings, the resources to be able to help people more profoundly, whether it be like the Dharma resources that we are established more in the law and have attained samadhis and different abilities to help people, or if it's actual like material blessings to be able to give them food and everything. So we need to we need to be aware of what we're able to do, and I think in like for Westerners who might listen to this recording, I think there is a parallel to this idea in Christianity, which is uh, in Christianity they say like don't test the Lord your God. So like when Jesus was in the desert, supposedly he was talking to the devil, and the devil was telling him to jump off the cliff, and his father would save him, like if he's really, if you're really the son of God. And so we don't want to just say like, oh, okay, the sutras say we should just help people no matter what. Let me take all the money out of my retirement and give it away to people and then have no plan on how to take care of my family. Like I really don't think that's what this is saying. We still need to exercise our logic and our discernment, and we need to appreciate the greater context of the situation,
Hmm.
but then always like looking to grow in our ability to give. Like, when am I something that I am in, like, say, spending money and being indulgent on something that once I have a certain amount of wisdom, I recognize it doesn't do me or the people in my life any good to spend money on that. I could take that same money and I could be generous with it. So I
Hmm.
think it's those sorts of are the initial transformations that occur. It's not that we're taking money away from important beneficial things. We're moving it from things that are waste towards generosity. Or we may trim a little bit of like, all right, do I have to shop at a really nice store? Could I maybe get clothes at, Target or Walmart or something? And then the extra money I have available to help people with. So I think
Hmm.
those sorts of things, taking steps towards it.
Hmm. Well, and Jimmy yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree with you, Williams, on that part. Instead of spend on yourself, save those and help that whoever need helps with. Like what even the small thing you can do, for people. Like I normally when I go out, I just allow people go ahead of me, hold the door for them, or do say hello, and then whatever that the case may be. To me, I think it's kind of small, but on the other hand, I do whatever that help other as well. So I don't have any problem with that. I think I agree with you on that. Instead of spend all those materialize on for yourself, you can cut some of the off and help some others. especially the world need a little. I would, if I like Elon Musk, I give it all, but I'm not. So he might have a different thinking than I do have. So we
Lucky,
cannot.
lucky you are not the Elon Musk.
Yes, absolutely.
If you are Elon Musk, and you will be have a lot of
Issues.
you need to you will have a lot of issues to take care.
Correct. Agree. Yeah. Matter of fact, I was at the furrow service this morning, Thai.
Oh, you did? You did? Okay, that's
Yes, yeah, with the master, yes.
oh yeah, that's right.
But right, I didn't see you. I thought that you at the tour have a normal reciting or something. But
Yeah, that
y-
was the
y-
plan. But actually, this morning, con bé Quyên you know, she the volunteer at the temple, help to teach
yeah,
the kid.
yes.
His grandpa just passed away this morning, early
Wow.
morning. So I
How
went
old
to
was he, Thai?
79.
How old? 79. Wow.
Yeah, I went to the hospital and to have the recitation Amitabha Buddha
I
name
see.
for him many
Right.
hours. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's why I thought you at tour do the normal reciting, so that's why.
right. That was the plan. Yeah.
Got it.
And work,
Yeah,
and
that
work. How about you and work? Okay. Anyway, so how do we when they say that we manifest right into many different forms, right?
Mhm.
So what does that
yes.
mean in this life? Can we see that how we use it in our current life, in daily life?
Kind of like they're like certain patterns can show up in more like the more mundane level, but then they can also be expressed in a more
Yeah, right.
sublime level. So the bodhisattvas can
Yeah,
literally like take on different forms. How can we do that?
yeah. We can
Well,
translate the divine level into the mundane level, right? Can you?
yeah. Yeah, well, I think, if someone says, writes some information and someone finds that book, finds that information, or creates a YouTube video, for instance,
Mhm.
or just does some good deed that influences someone else, and then that person does some good deeds, and that goes on. I think it's things like that where we use our energy to put something out into the world, and then that creates a ripple outward. And with something like a recording or writing, then it can continue to influence multiple people without
What do you
having
think? What do you
to.
think that if you are the doctor and or someone engineering or whatever, they can bring their knowledge to teach the kids at elementary school? Is that manifests into that level?
Yeah, maybe like inspire children to really apply themselves, to
Yeah,
find
to
some sort of
help
like,
them to teach them the morality, right?
yeah.
Instead of we use that only for for the material, for the money, right?
Mhm.
But we can also use that just for the passion of help others. So you bring your high educated knowledge now to the level to the elementary level and teach them. Don't you think it's easy for the high educated person to be able to teach the young, but it's the children, the little children like this?
I think it depends how young and how well behaved they are. So the individual, I think there's high variability. I think in the really high end, if someone has just, they understand theoretical physics and all of that, I don't know, maybe not. Sometimes it might be hard if someone's not used to it and if they're too smart. It's variable, probably person to person.
But basically, when you teach the kid, you not only teach them knowledge, but you have to deal with their behavior.
Yes.
The most difficult part is the behavior.
Yeah.
How you make them to sit down and listen to your teaching, that is the challenge. It's not easy at all. And that is the fun part. Don't you think, anh Jimmy?
Yeah, yes, that's true. We cannot put all eggs in one basket. People think totally different way, and the kids might have some other thinking as well. So it's hard. We need to have some kind of discipline on that
But
topic.
but for the kid discipline, the very tough part.
Yes.
I also what I did it when I teach every Friday, I want to divide into two groups. One is for the fifth grade and under, and one is
Uh-huh.
fifth grade and above. So we have two different levels. So I give the younger one to the and he was the IT person, and it's very tough for him to handle that. But I can be able to handle both levels because I've been doing this for many years. So it's not only the knowledge, but we have to deal with them with patience and loving kindness. And the thing
Yes.
is, because the kid is not sit still. They don't sit still for you to teach, right? You have to do
Never.
it and get them attention. That is
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very hard part. But that
At
means that
home, at home you deal with one or two kids, right? At the
correct.
temple you deal with
20 or 30. That's a different story. Yeah, different kind
yeah,
of like
that's a big different story.
yes, of course. Maybe you need to have like a triple or quadruple a quadruple kindness
And
always
and
in your head in the head.
I do this thing during the summer camp, right? We have the summer camp in Houston, Texas, on the 17th to 22nd. And the kids stay here. Well, about 15, more than 15 kids stay overnight. But at the end, you know what? We also have the reward for them, right? Depend on how they behave, how they perform, right? We have a different price for um, attendance, perfect attendance, chanting the sutra, and the Dhamma discussion, as well as the sutra memorization, as well as the counselor. That means the leader. So we also encourage them, right? And at the end, my teacher, that means my master, he had the one who attend the first time for the summer camp, and there is one person he about sixth grade, fifth grade or sixth grade. He said that what did you learn for the whole week? And he said this week I have learned the most is to respect the parents. That's what he said. How to treat your parents and how to have a loving kindness to them. And he said that before I usually I don't like my father. That's what he said. I always talk back to him. I treat him not nice. And he said that from now on, I never do that again. You see?
That's a great success story.
So
Good.
and
One down.
huh?
Yeah, I mean that that's a good one. I mean, one down. We need to have more to go.
And well, we also there is one of the next few form of the nun friend. Her friend is also the nun as well. So that means her friend nun nephew, he had some trouble at school, right? He messed up. So he had to do some volunteer hour to be able to fulfill his task. So they bring him here, and this year he going to be 10th grade. know, the first thing is I deal with him right. I look at him and I say that, and of course he very shy and he kind of lack of confidence and low self-esteem. And so the first thing is I tell him about the thing that he have done. That means the trouble. I give him the very bad side of that thing. If you do that, your life will be done deal. One, you make a mistake in this country. Doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter what kind of education you get. You cannot find job. Can you be able to survive without job? Mm-mm. So I also go deep into it to make sure he aware. Then the next step is I help him to I say that, okay, you come here and I will teach you. That will give you some hour. Every day I give him 2 hours. So I make it longer so he come more and more every day. And the first lesson I teach him is about how to respect the parent. After 2 hours, and he went home on that day. When his mom, he have only a single mom, right? His dad passed away 3 years ago. And his mom is worked so hard, and she rarely have time to take care of him. And his 2 siblings, older siblings. And and basically it and the first time after the first day, right, he went back and he said to the mom that when the mom got back from work, let me sweep the floor. That the first time she saw her son doing that. It's amazing, right? And the next day, when she wake him up to go to the temple, he wake up right away and rest right away and go, no complaint. And after that, he went here a few days before the summer camp. So, and after 1 week of summer camp, he be able to play with the older boy. I also told my older boy, say that, make sure look after him and take care of him, and they understand. So they are very embraced, right? So that's a good thing. They very supported each other. And I am supposed to go with the 5 kids, include him, to the Kentucky summer camp. And suddenly, the martial art teacher, he just passed away, so I have to stay here to take care of the funeral. Right? So I'm afraid that he will not go without me. So when I asked him, can you be able to go with them? He said, no problem, I will go. And this is the first time he leave his mom to go by himself. And after 1 week in the summer camp in the Kentucky, and there were in the summer camp, usually the kids, they do the makeup. You know makeup mean? It means the girl make up the boy. And they do the contest. And he the one who joined that. And he played very hard and very enjoyable. And that means he already reached out to everyone. That's important point. So when we help the kid, not only help them to understand the knowledge, to gain the knowledge, but we have to understand their psychology in order to help them. Because sometimes we don't, if we say the thing that not the right time, not at the right time, and not the right thing to say, we might hurt him instead of helping. So we have to be very experienced mean, right? Very skillful in helping the young kid. It's not easy at all. And right now, he said that next year I will go to the summer camp again in both temple. He told his mom that like that, and I asked him that after that Friday, that last day he complete his hour, and I told him that come every Friday. He said yes, he will. So, so it's not easy at all. Teaching the kids is a huge challenge. But anyway, but the good thing is we can be able to practice patience. And due to them, we be able to understand their level. Not our level, their level. That means their level, when they interact, we understand. That's important. Right? That's very important. So dealing with the kid is a huge challenge. Sometimes we have to wear many different roles. The role as the mother, the role as the father, the role as the teacher, the role as the brother, the role as a friend. And you know what? When they play with us, and I usually told the parent, if we teach the children, don't ever think that they are your children. Don't think like that. You know what is the problem when you think that is your children and when you teach William? What is the problem?
I think sometimes we can have we can then tie in the way they act with our identity, or we can say, oh, I don't want my child to act this way. I want my child to act this way because it reflects poorly on me. So we might not be as patient or as understanding, but maybe more reactive.
We use our authority as a parent. We put our authority in the children when we teach them. Is that a good thing?
It's not ideal. I think it's better if we don't have to do that, if we can find the sort of flow where they're engaged and it's interesting and we don't have, because generally when we're having to do that, it means that things have kind of fallen apart and we're trying to force it to move forward. And it's hard to learn that way.
When we do that, usually the children will scare us, right? And they will run away. And whenever they have some problem at school or at friend or whatever, they are not to share to us. And that is dangerous, very dangerous. And we will put them into the dangerous situation. They could end up depression. Okay, so, and I told the parent is, teach when we deal with the kid, your children. Don't look at them as your children, but look at them as your friend instead. When you treat your kid just like your friend, that means we respect them. And we deal with them just like the friend level. Everything we talk, we want to open. We don't want to close. Open talking is always good. Don't you think?
Yeah. It's interesting you use those terms exactly, because there's certainly a current within American parenting, which is, your kid is not your friend. You can't be a friend with your kid because at some point you're going to have to be the parent to the child. But I've found in my experience that approach of having that friendly relationship works really well when you still sometimes have to be the parent too, but they're going to be a little bit more understanding, and it's not going to be as big of a conflict. It's like if they just want to have ice cream every meal or all the time. Like we have to step in and can't, like, if they were just a friend, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, you know, if you want to have ice cream, yeah, I'm just your friend. But sometimes, you know, there's still a little bit of a balance there, but
Actually,
being
when I
friendly with them makes it easier to have when you have to be authoritative.
yeah, when I say friend, that means friend in the level that understanding.
Mm.
Everything we teach, even though when they make mistake, don't yell at them right away. Especially don't yell at them without a kid. Because you make them feel shame, right? And because they also they have their own price, and we damage that, and that's not good either. So if they make mistake, then well, talk to them, call them in, and talk to them softly. Tell that you know what you know the thing you just did. You know what you did that again. You did the right thing. Tell them. If you do this, you know what happened. If they don't understand, you just walk them through step by step. I just want to tell you that this is not the right thing. If you do that in the future, that will have the big consequence. I just would like you to understand it so you can avoid that in the future. So you use a different tone instead of yelling it. The outcome will be different. And the kids will respect us and they will love us. And you know what? My kids, they always say that you are Sigma. You know what is that term mean? Stigma. SIGMA, I think, Sigma.
SITMA? No, I don't
Oh,
know.
STIGMA, something like that. Stigma, something like
No, that sounds close to the word stigma.
that. Stigma, right?
Like a stigma would be if someone had some sort of trauma.
No, Sigma in their word, it means you are cool.
Oh, I've never heard that. That's a new term. Wow.
That the kid term.
Oh, that's brand new. Yeah,
When
I've
they
never
call
heard
me
of
the
that.
first time, I did not understand, but the other kids say that it's a good compliment.
Okay.
I said, okay.
I don't know that one.
So basically, yes, sometimes we have to, usually when the kids, when it comes to the point to trouble, I ask them to stand against the wall. Just for 10 minutes, okay. And that's all I can do. You know what I mean? But they knew, they learned the lesson. So, so that's why, yeah, they know that they know that we love them, and they know that we really help them to understand, because I teach them many things, the good thing, and they understand that. Of course, children, they are children, right? They still children. They behave like children. That is a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. So, but help them to understand step by step with love and care. Always respect them, right? When we promise them, we try to deliver. That's how they respect us. So when you say anything, and later on, if they have any problem, they come to us and they ask. I have the children. The kid right now. He going to be the 3rd year in computer science. And when I was a lay person, I teach him right in 2017 to 2018. No, 16 to 2018, I think. And when I left him, they are the one who cried so hard. And you know what? Every time he have problem at school, emotionally, he call me. He not call his dad. Because he know that I can help him emotionally. I always encourage him. Doesn't matter how bad he did on his test, I always find a way positively boost him up. And you know what? Yes, he did. He overcome the difficulty. Sometimes I am also considered to be a psychologist for them to help them to overcome his or their difficulty in life. So we just like the guider for them. I told them whenever you have something difficult that you cannot be able to find anywhere else, you are always welcome to call me at any time. So the kids don't afraid to do that because they trust us, right? The trust that we build with them for many years. Now so to us, they have no fear, they have no different. They always, whenever they need help, they can be able to call us at any time. Because we don't have the what do you call the barrier between them. I put no barrier. That's how we help the kid. When they're young, we teach them differently. When they get older, we teach them differently. When they get even older, we teach them differently. Step by step. So we manifest into many different roles. Right, Jimmy? Yeah. Okay, so
Yes, I. Yeah, more fun.
it's a hard work to do, but when you understand the Mahayana teaching deeply, you can be able to use it very flexible. Just like the martial art, right? When they become master of the stroke, the fighting stroke, they can flexible move in the way that they want. Do you understand that? So sometimes in my sharing teaching, I also draw the line between the Theravada teaching and the Mahayana teaching. Very clear. It doesn't mean that I look down on the Theravada teaching. No, I never do that. Because both teaching come from Buddha. Why should I look down? But I have to draw the line so we understand the difference between the two. It's very important. Because the Mahayana teaching, it helps you to elevate your mindset, and it wide open your loving kindness and compassion. That's important. Okay, anyway, so yep. So when we know how to use it and we use it effectively, you not only help one person, but you help many. Because one person affects others surrounding them, right? So just like in education, the education is the key to unlock the inner potential of the student. But the loving kindness and compassion, you unlock not only the inner knowledge, but you can also unlock their loving kindness and compassion. That is more important than knowledge. Don't you think? So when we help others, just like you said, that we have to assess ourselves. We do have limitations. We cannot give whatever, whenever other people want, right? We still have own, because our blessing is limited. Therefore, we have limited resource. So we have to, when you have a loving kindness, compassion, what happens if you do not have wisdom guiding you?
people can take advantage of you, and you can end up in a spot where you actually have to ask for help from other people.
You suffer yourself and you suffer others, right? But when you have wisdom, even though we give so little, because due to our limitation, but the result, the outcome is great. Because you change the person. That's the important thing. So when when we are the educator, right, we give them the knowledge. But when you are the Dharma practitioner, you give them the wisdom. The wisdom lasts longer than knowledge, right? Because knowledge doesn't mean that all the people who are intelligent, they are the good people. No, they are not. There are a lot of intelligent people are the troublemaker because they do not have morality. I always taught the kid like that. From school, you gain knowledge. But not all knowledge, all the intelligent people are the good people. But when you learn Dharma, you gain wisdom. Wisdom is more worthy than the knowledge itself. Okay, all right. Okay, we done with this, right? So this one, and Jimmy, did we come to here?
Yeah, we're in that paragraph.
Okay, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. The excellence and benefits of
No.
bodhicitta. Oh, sorry, Thầy.
This account of Bodhisattva.
Got it. Okay, thank you, Thầy. Yeah, Mofak. This account of Bodhisattva's deeds may sound unbelievable, and it may be difficult for us to accept all of this at present. But if we become acquainted with and eventually understand the ways of Mahaya Dhamma, we will realize that Bodhisattva's deeds and actually like this. Thus, first, we should listen to Dhamma teachings, and afterwards, we will begin to understand and appreciate their qualities. In Tibet, there was a Lama named Bocho Jemba Rinpoche who had a disciple called Kachin Jason Gelshen. This disciple lived beneath the cave of his teacher and was often without sufficient food and clothing. One day, a nobleman came to visit and offered Jashay Geshen a sack of barley flour or tempspa and some butter. Afterward, the disciple thought, I must be quite a special person for aristocrat to give me these offerings. The next day, Jamba Rinpoche gave teachings. In the middle of his discourse, he said, one of my students is unaware of the fact that a lama can manifest as stampa and butter. Then looking directly at Jashi Karshan, he continued, this student thinks that is so due to his own merits that these provisions are offered to him. Suddenly, Jashi Geshen realized that both the nobleman and his gifts were all the manifestations of his guru, and a feeling of strong devotion and faith arose in his mind. However, new ears do not easily receive such a story as this one. Therefore, it may be difficult to accept and believe such things. If we want to know whether a particular food is delicious or not, we can only find out by tasting it. In the same way, it's only by participating.
No,
I'm
by
sorry.
practicing, by practicing.
Oh, it's only by practicing the teaching of Buddha that we will understand the qualities of Dhamma. We have not yet experienced the taste of the Mahaya Dhamma, so of course it's difficult to accept. But if we eat this food and we will come to know its taste,
Good,
for
that's good, that's good, that's good. What do we understand here?
yeah, the how I understand is the teaching of Mahaya Dhamma is very strongly if you believe what it will be the result after you try to understanding of Mahaya and listen to it and and that the for the Bodhisattva's deeds uh to get what the result that you want to get. That's how I understand it.
How about you, William?
Yeah, so when we were talking about how bodhisattvas could manifest in different forms for helping living beings, and here the guru Jampa Rinpoche manifested this as an aristocrat, helping his disciple have enough food to continue to, be strong to study the Dharma with him. And the student didn't realize that. The student thought, had an unconscious thought that he probably didn't distinguish about, just a passing one after he got the food, about how he must be special for being given such a gift by such a, an important person, an aristocrat. And it highlights the teacher's compassion and how they look out for their students. And then even in this part where the Rinpoche saw the student's error in his thoughts and even took the chance to correct the error. And so the effect of it is the student's gratitude and devotion for the guru increases, for the teacher increases. And so they're going to be even better at studying the Dharma. They're going to settle even more into it because their doubt will decrease further by that experience. So it's a nice story that just shows how masterful that teacher was.
And also it say that if we want to know the quality of the teaching, right, we have to, just like when you take the food, right, you know the food is delicious or not, right? You have to taste it. It's the same thing with the Dharma, don't you think? I remember a couple of years ago, one monk go with the other monk, came to the temple and visit our temple. She told me that she originally from the Mahayana, and she converted into Theravada. And you know what she said? She said that all the sutra from the Mahayana, like the Dharma Flower Sutra and so on, it takes word, but it doesn't have any practical meaning into it. You know what I mean? But the phrasing the Theravada teaching is very practical and really it's realistic in practice. When you hear that, what in your thought?
Well, it's understandable because there are these pretty amazing stories are related in the Mahayana Sutras. I would think most all of us have no direct experience of things like that. So if she didn't have, when she was studying the sutras, if she didn't have a teacher that helped her to ground them in her daily life, it's understandable that she could come to that conclusion. So I think partially it may be her, her affinities but like that she didn't have someone around to help guide her, or even if she did, maybe she did have someone and she just didn't have the level to connect the dots to be able to really appreciate what the deeper meaning, that sort of lofty meaning that was being pointed at.
So, but you see the difference between the two? You see the benefit between the two?
I definitely, yeah, see the difference between the two. Yeah, because the Theravada is very focused on the individual and just, cutting off all individual suffering. And it's understandable. I think it's pretty readily understandable to most
But it's
people.
very good, right? It's very good helping the individual. I think it's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, and also not just easy. Like for people today, it's kind of the first step in Buddhism, but for most anybody alive today, the goal of nirvana is by itself. I don't think most people would expect they could attain it in this life. But yeah, it's good. And then the Mahayana brings in the importance of compassion, the understanding that, just as we are turned by our suffering, so are other people turned by their own suffering. And why should we only be concerned about our own suffering and not about others? What is the difference between self and other? So if it should make sense to a true arhat, because if the idea of self is dissolved, well, then there's no separation between self and other, it's one. So a sentient being experiencing suffering at that state should be just as compelling as before that person achieved arhatship, their own suffering compelled them to practice. So then once one achieves arhatship, the suffering of others should compel them towards compassion for other beings.
Okay, how about this? If we live in a family, right? We have family, we have husband and wife, we have children, we have parents. So the type of teaching, is it easy to deal with the family problem?
No.
No, not at all. Because we want to cut off the connection from other, right?
Yeah, you have to leave. You have to become a, monastic.
Can you be able to run away from that?
Not without causing problems.
No, I think it will backfire. Don't you think? It's a very deeply backfire. But Mahayana teaching is different. We deal directly within the family. And we still with the family member, we don't run anywhere, but we still be able to resolve the problem. At the same time, we benefit ourselves, we benefit others. That's the important teaching of the Mahayana. And the Mahayana teaching sutra, they have a lot of metaphor. But the metaphor is so important. When you understand it, you'll be able to use it for your daily life. It's more greater than I compare the Theravada and the Mahayana. It's just like the Theravada is just like the technical, right? Term, right? You're working on a technical issue, the material issue. You need to do the technical work. But Mahayana teaching, it's not like that. It's more on the spiritual path, in the constant way. Does it make sense? This is important. Because when we deal with the problem, we deal from the constant level. Oh, that will be good. But we only deal on the specific technical problem, we're not good. It won't help you much. Maybe when we have the itching, right? We scratching, yes, it will help you a little bit over there, but it won't last for long, right? But if the wound become bigger and bigger, how do you deal with it? That means the family member will be a problem when we only care for ourselves. Do you think they will let us stay peace? No, Of course not. They will make us even headache. And remember, can we be able to walk away from them? No. Can you be able to depart your shadow? Can you? No, we cannot depart from our shadow. It is same thing. We cannot run away from them. Later, sooner or later, it will come back to us. Because the relationship between the debt and the debt collector, don't you think the debt collector will let us be free when we do not pay enough debt?
Mm-mm.
No, no way. But for Mahayana teaching, we always care for our debt to pay the debt collector. So we live with them in the harmony way. We pay the debt at the same time. When we pay them too much, that's how you have your interest in return. Don't you think?
Like you're saying, getting back money. You're saying,
yeah. So in this is we should have this kind of mentality. We rather become the debt collector instead of become debt. Does it make sense?
Yes, Ty.
But if we become the debt, and they will come and will give us a hard time. But when we are the debt collector with the Bodhisattva way, right? With the love and kindness and compassion, we only benefit others. We use the debt, we collect debt by give them the love and kindness and compassion. Give them the teaching. Not collect debt by material. That important. That is the Bodhisattva path. That is the Bodhisattva work. Not come to them and ask for the death and care less about the morality of others. No, we never do that. So the one who doing this, they are the one willing to sacrifice their own for the goodness of others. If you be able to use your material for the exchange to elevate our spiritual practice, elevate our love and kindness and compassion way, I think it's worth it. Elevate to exchange our debt, pay their debt, right? But in return, we pray a very good affinity with them. Worth it, don't you think? It's worth to live, right? And we live a life with a meaningful life. We come to this world if we don't waste it, our life here. If we come to this world, we only care about ourselves. We care about only for the material. Yes, we come. And when we die, we will very regret. Well, one way or other, everyone have to go to that path anyway. Look like in this world, right? Everything, we always compete. But on the path of death, no one competes.
Yeah, no one's trying to, I don't want to die. Yeah.
Don't you think? No one
Yeah.
wants to go there. But eventually, everyone go there anyway.
Yes.
And Jimmy, don't you think? No one want to compete, but anyway, everyone go there anyway.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. That's one of the issue for the samsara, living in this world, right?
So,
Absolutely.
but if you know how to live, you will live with a beautiful life. Yes, you don't gain much about the material, but who cares? Don't you think? But you gain very much the spiritual path. the loving
Yes, yes,
kindness and compassion.
correct.
And
And
you
then
can,
another thing I learned it from, giving, live and giving. That's the good things.
you remember I used a thought, right? If you have a
Yes,
thought of with the fire, 100, or even this is the Buddha teaching, not me, in the 42 section sutra, he said that if we have the thoughts with the fire, even 100, even 1,000 people with each one of them with their own thoughts, but with no fire, right? And we are the one be able to light up all the thoughts. Eventually, we have 100 more, even 1,000 more.
yes,
But the Buddha said that because of lighting up all those thoughts will make your thought will be quickly shortened. Will you that make your thought become quickly shortened?
no, I don't think so.
What do you think, William?
No.
I don't think so. Let's say that our thought is only the lifespan of our 24 hours. Eventually, 4 hours, you will die anyway. Lie up or not lie up, you will end, right? It's
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
But at least
So
we have 100 more or even 1,000 more for order to use the thought to do their own thing, right? And all
agreed.
the thoughts can use it to lie up many other thoughts. It's continuous. And the Buddha said that when we do the given, the marriage we generate from the given is endless, limitless. There no ending. What does that
Absolutely.
mean? It means that we have, how many physical body do we have?
One.
One physical body. It represents for the thoughts. Don't you think?
Yes.
And we use this physical body to light up many other thoughts. So what is the fire on the thought represent?
For many other torch will be light up
I know,
to
but
provide.
what is the definition? What is the meaning of the fire on the thought? I mean, the physical body. It the thoughts. So what is the fire it represent in here?
Bodhichitta.
Bodhichitta. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's what I want to say. Bodhichitta.
Well, our blessing, right? We transfer the blessing to others. That means you light up others. That makes sense? The blessing it represent the fire. The wisdom and the blessing it represent the fire. But when we light up, that means we transfer, we share to others. Let's say that we teach the kids, we help them to understand it. You never know. Out of 100 kids, eventually when they grow up, maybe one of them follow our footsteps. And they keep going, and they also use his own thought to light up the other thought. That means this time he have fire. What is his fire? He gained the wisdom from us. And also he have the wisdom, he practiced good deed. He gained the blessing. So he can share, right? So he can transfer his wisdom and blessing to others by lighting up the other thoughts. So eventually this body, eventually we have to go, right? That means eventually the thought will end, right? It will be finished by itself. But at least you have many other thoughts, have the fire. It's beautiful, don't you think?
That's
Mm.
fine.
So yeah, I think we are too late. We stop right here. Yes, this is we try to be the benefactor to others, right? By helping them. Instead of we all be the receiver, but we should be the kindness benefactor to others, teaching them the morality and the wisdom. Okay, all right. That's I think it's too late. All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah, move on. May every living being, our minds at one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in given unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because of our hearts are one. This world of pain turn into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Mofar.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, William. You want to show him a little bit?